Meta having a pretty good day here in the wake of a report by Bloomberg News that the CEO, Mark Zuckerberg, is expected to cut resources for the build out of the Metaverse. Remember that? By up to 30%. The move higher in the shares indicates possible relief from investors who maybe saw the spending on the Metaverse as a bit of a drain and a distraction on resources. What do they mean by a 30% cut? A 30% cut in what exactly?
So there's always about a 10% cut that we see at the top of the year. And this is just for them to readjust and figure out what's going on money-wise to make sure that everything is running smoothly. But this additional 30% is expected to potentially hit the Reality Labs division, which we know has really been in focus because of the Metaverse. They're the ones that are the behind the scenes. They're the ones that are brains behind this entire thing. But also Ray-Bans and any sort of augmented reality, any sort of virtual reality, that's what that division does. So that's where we're expecting layoffs to hit there in particular in terms of that 30%.
What do we know about what was actually discussed, the degree in which there was some introspection about when Meta made this bet, how all in they went on this bet, it seemed, and sort of how they're reckoning with the fact that it isn't panning out the way that they thought they would?
Well, you're clearly seeing investors are celebrating, right? We're seeing the stock is lifted higher. So that's telling you what Wall Street thinks about this. I think on the other end, when you think about the executives, they've had a couple years really to see some sort of returns on this investment. And we're really seeing a lot of push from Wall Street for them to spend more money on AI, whether that is the Ray-Bans that we were just discussing and developing that further, instead of spending too much money on the virtual reality. I don't know if you guys use virtual reality, if you ever decided to go into that, but I don't really have that many friends, nor myself, that are living, shopping in this virtual world here. So they're starting to realize that maybe they were a little bit too early here.